This is my friend Bob. Bob is currently in hospice care in the last stage of a losing battle with cancer. Bob can no longer speak, and for the most part, he is rarely awake anymore. Bob is a science fiction fan and one of the few honest and good men I've ever met. I will miss him. Bob was a librarian before cancer took everything away from him, and with that in mind, I'd like to dedicate this Let's Play to my friend. Goodbye, Bob. Thanks for everything. Hello, everybody, it's Vertical Sandwich, and welcome to a new LP. Okay, now, I want to say something first. We are going to be going through this as quickly as possible. I'm going to be running practice files.
The moment I fell into the fissure, that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned.
Alright.
It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed. I must admit, however, such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending is not yet written.
Okay. Anyway. Because Myst is a puzzle game, and it's an old puzzle game, and it's a puzzle game with no characters except the first-person point of view. So, for a lot of my audience, this may be really boring, but it is a fantastic puzzle game, and so, I'm playing it. And it made a big impression on me when it came out. I really love this game, so I'm going to play it, but I'm going to play it as quickly as possible. This is going to be the opposite of a blind run-through. This will be I know as much as I possibly can run through. So, the way Myst works, here you go. You have this pointer finger thing, and you move. Yeah, you move. What you want to do, these are called marker switches. Flip them. Flip everyone you see. Now, again, what you'll see is that you switch between these painted backgrounds. They're all pretty impressive, I think. Or at least they were at the time. Now, you could do, like, live-action crazy stuff with this, but... In fact, it might be interesting to play, because they made 4 games after this one. It might be interesting to play the ones, like the last one, to see what they did with kind of this format. But, this one came out, I think, in 1996. In 1996, this was super impressive. And it came out for computer. This is the port to PlayStation 1. I'm playing it on my PlayStation 2. Alright, here's a letter. I've left for you a message of utmost importance in our forward chamber beside the deck. Enter the number of marker switches on this island into the imager to retrieve the message. Yours, Ultras. And it's addressed to Catherine. That's his wife. She figures pretty heavily into the plot of the second game. I have played the second game and the third game, not the fourth game. After this game, I played the ports to different PlayStations. This I actually played on computer. Alright. So, there's another marker switch. We're not going to throw all of them, and there's a reason for that, because it demonstrates an important principle of the game. Now, the main hub of the game is this building. It's just this building. It's this. Right here. Here you go. Let's look around. There's a door. There's a fireplace, and a blue book with a page next to it. There's an open door. There's a bookshelf. The bookshelf is really important. There's going to be puzzle hints in kind of each of the books. There's 4 books. There's 4 different levels. Like, that's the way it works. This is the book, but we're the first level. See the gear on it? See? And then there'll be all this text. We're not going to read all of this. You can find this online if you want to read it. But basically the point is that you're in a book. And in this book, there are worlds that are in other books. Like, they're gate books to get into these worlds. And we have to find the gate books, get in, get, what we need out of the level, and then come back here. Now, you're supposed to figure this all out just by reading text. And, but, like, what we're going to do is, okay, if you go to this red book, you can open it, and kind of nothing happens. You might briefly see somebody. I don't know. We'll have to look. Do we briefly see somebody? Not yet. Nope. Okay. So, nothing. Now, if we take this page, a red page, put it in the red book, and then open it, we will briefly see somebody.
Why? Bring me a red page. I can't see it. Need a red page, you must. Bring. Shh. I am serious.
So that's Cirrus.
Give it up. There is one thing I need to rescue.
Alright, that's the end of his message. Now, there's also a blue book. We need to check that out. And the whole point of levels will be to get red pages and blue pages to more completely, like, connect with these guys. Because there's also a guy in the blue book. So here he is.
Serious? Are you?
Well, I'm not Cirrus.
See you. Help me. Bring blue pages.
Right, blue pages, blue book, red pages, red book.
Never and ever. Pages. I must have the blue page. Bring them to me.
Alright, now that's a lot. Okay, so we have to access an age from here, and the way to do that is it's all through this map. Now what you'll notice when we look at the map, okay, there are things on the map, and what you'll find are the things that are on the map are actually correspond to the marker switches we've thrown. So there's the building we're in, there's this building, which we'll deal with for the next age, because that's what, when you go into the books, they're called ages. And this is the marker switch at the start, and these are those gears in the hill. So this tower rotation, you'll see if you hold on to it, it creates a line, and when it hits certain things, it turns red. Well, we want it to turn red on the gears. So, almost. There we go. That should do it. And we heard something move. Now, there is a tower. We just rotated it, which is what tower rotation stands for. But to access it, we actually are going to have to deal with this painting. There we go. Bye-bye bookshelf. Alright. So, here's the tower. Essentially, this is the elevator to the tower. I would actually kind of like to get into the first stage in the first video. I mean, I can make that happen. So, now, this button won't work until you shut the door. And that's a little weird, but... And now things move around. Now, all the answers to the puzzles in this game, they don't change. So they're always the same. So once you see my solutions, you can just use them. It doesn't require you to go up to the tower and find them out or anything. I'm going to do all that to show you how to actually play the game. Now, this is the tower, and your first impulse is to go up here and, you know, look out the space, and you can do that. It's pointless. I mean, it shows you what the tower's pointed at, essentially. But what you really want to do, and I think that book symbol that was under the ladder, I think that's a hint that is supposed to show us that, like, you know, we're looking, because we're looking for a book. But the key over here, this other ladder behind the elevator, see, this will take you to the hint. And there we go. And it's 240, 221. I already know that by heart because of the practice. So we're going to do that. We're going to... so now we'll go put that to good use. And that involves exploring a lot of the rest of the island. So the island's pretty small. It's probably only... I don't know. It's maybe... I guess going both ways, it's probably 50 possible pitchers. Maybe 60. You could probably find that online if you wanted to. So I'm going to close the door, push the button, takes us back down. One of the things we should do is turn on fast transitions because, well, once we've explored the island, we might do that. Because it'll speed up the game a little bit. There's also a zip mode, which skips every other screen, but that can cause real problems when you're trying to navigate. So we won't be doing that. Okay. I mean, the transitions are not bad, really, when it comes down to it. So, now we get back in this room, and obviously the door is closed, because that's what the open door painting is for, which is right here. So let's mess with that. And now we have to watch the bookcase close again. Or close. Not again. Because we haven't really... I mean, I could do this a lot faster, too. Like eventually, going to the hints and stuff, we could probably cut that out. But that's not going to save us as much time. So, now there's this thing. And if you look at these... Let's see if we can get onto one of these. They have various, like, shapes and stuff. Like, this is obviously, like, a leaf. There's, like, you know, I don't know, there's like a snake and probably a bear or something, I don't know. And there's obviously a building off to our right, we'll be dealing with that eventually. And there's a somewhat creepy building off to our, well, I think it's creepy. I think the whole game is creepy. So, giant clock, this is where our 240 comes in. Now, what you'll notice is if, well, 1 second. If you turn one of these, and then look back up, it's moved the hand. That one moves the hour hand. It moves it 1 hour, and then the one on the left, it moves the minute hand 5 minutes. So that should be 2 o'clock. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Then we should be able to just push this button, and it should do that. There we go. So now, actually, let me see something. Is there a marker switch right next to us? I thought there might be, but I'm not sure. Alright. So now we have this puzzle. And obviously we have to get this to say 2, 2, and 1. The way it works is if you pull this, it'll turn these. And let's just see what happens if you fail. 2, 3, 1. We were close. See, eventually that weight hits the ground. It can no longer operate the mechanism, and you have to reset it. Okay, but what you need to do is, if you hold this one down, it will continue to move that one. So, there we go. Now, 2, 2, 1. Beautiful, right? And you see that model of the big gear moves. So now let's go back and check our original big gear. Shall we? Yeah, Vertical Sandwich! You haven't let us talk all video. I know. I'm really stuffed up. I got a cold. I'm going to be recording a lot of this today because I'll be launching this weekend. So. Okay. Because it's like Wednesday right now. It's hard for me to tell because like I'm working third shift, but yeah, it should be Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Alright, it's Wednesday the 10th of October. So you know when I'm doing this. So see, this isn't so bad, traveling and like talking and stuff. Alright, so there we go. Our big gear is open. Alright, and there's the book we're looking for. So, if we pick it up, we open it, look at that. There's like a moving picture and stuff. If we touch this, it transports us to another world. Alright, see where we're at. And there we are. Alright, everybody, when we come back, I think this is called the Mechanical Age. Bye, everybody.